So today we are going to be looking at the team of the season for Serie A. If you want to check out the live voting, I'll leave it in the description as well so you can vote and see what everybody else thinks. We'll also go back round with the next team of the season tier list and see what everybody thought. First and foremost, this team of the season looks great in general. We are upping the levels massively. To be honest, I didn't even know Che Adams went to the Serie A. In terms of what we're seeing from him, realistically, are we going to say that he's going to be anywhere worth a chance? I think maybe potentially you could Evo him if you really wanted to, but I would say he's going to be more towards a usable card more so than anything. And I even think then I'm being very reluctant just to go in the miss. I'm thinking if we do look at the team in general, we've got a lot of good cards. Like, this is kind of on the bench now. We're seeing a lot of cards that just will unfortunately be missed. To be honest, if I'm going to be brutal, I think you've got to be at some point. He is going to be a miss. Like, unfortunately for him, he's a solid card, but realistically, in comparison to everybody else, he's going to be nothing. So if you're looking for coins, check in the description for Dorado. Depending on the coin amount that you're looking for, the delivery time is displayed on the website, and you'll see lots of different trusted sellers with reviews on specifics, and also the ability to be able to pick who you want. It will also show how much they have in stock, and obviously you can see that they are verified members. There is 100% refund ability and also 24/7 support if you need any questions with your coin needs. Also, if you head over to Trustpilot as well, you can see over 30,000 upvotes for them. You can see how reliable they are. Obviously great feedback across the entire board with Dorado. So when on checkout, make sure you are using the code JT11 for 5% off your order every time. Discount code JT11. Now let's get back to the video. Then stepping up massively straight into Barella, 96. Didn't necessarily get the playstyle pluses I would consider for him. I do think he's going to be a very good card nonetheless. He is coming in at a whopping 412. I would be looking more towards a very usable for him. Bastoni is the guy. Pinged pass, jockey, intercept, anticipate. It's an easy fix for him. He's 1.1 mil and one of the best centre-backs in the game, hands down now. We know this from last year, and again, he's going to come in at the absolute top. We then have 67,000, I can't pronounce that, what was his first name? Alessandro. Beautiful 94 centre-back. Again, solid card, to be honest. Great pace. Obviously, the defending physical is going to be at a solid level. It's not like we've not had 5 other teams that are just like this as well. So it's kind of hard to big up a character that really is just as standard as most people. But he's most definitely coming in at a solid level. He's got 4-star weak foot, 6'3". He's coming in with some great composure as well. I'd actually go into a very usable. For the price that you pay him is solid. And now we have my man. Honestly, possibly my keeper that I wanted to upgrade in general. I didn't expect him to get team of the season, and to be honest, I've been waiting since, what was it, Track Star with Courtois. This could be my next keeper in general. He's 98,000. More than likely, everybody's going to get him. 6'3". I think he's just one of them, isn't he? I've got to put him in the top of the top, just at a nostalgic value. Realistically, he's going to be in kind of like your usable, very usable. But for me, that is kind of my number one keeper. The fact that we've managed to go a whole year and the best keeper that Man U have got in a past and present that is actually playing is still their old keeper. Says what it is. And even the 87 winger version of Onana is not as good. We then have Di Lorenzo at the 94 coming in as a solid right back. I've heard that we are going to get Dumfries as a right back, so you kind of got to put that in mind. He's going to come as an SBC. I think tiki-taka, jockey, block, oh no, in fact, jockey and slide tackle, in fact. It's a solid card. I think you've realistically got to put some merit on him. I don't think he'll be top of the top, which I do think Dumfries could most definitely take. But he's definitely in that very usable card. Now, the one card that potentially could have knocked off a bit of Theo Hernandez, we have now still got an evolution for Hernandez, making him into a 93 without the glitch and a 94 with the glitch. And to be honest, he's still better than DeMarco. But in general, I think when we look at DeMarco, he's definitely one of the better left backs. It's got to be honest. Like, stats-wise is outrageous. Put him on a centre mid and he's unbelievable. But he's got to be up there in general. We throw ourselves into Dybala now, the first SBC, the big SBC that we got, coming in at 540, which is pretty reasonable for him. When we've ever had a Dybala, he's always been that kind of number one category. He's always been the team of the season. Dybala, Griezmann, they were kind of their breakout name cards, and he most definitely has done the same again. I really wish We could have got a quadruple SBC, a quadruple playstyle plus SBC for him. I think the final 2 weeks would have been nice to get it. I can imagine if it doesn't come in La Liga, it really should happen in Ultimate Team of the Season. So it will be interesting to see where we go from this. I think he's a good card this year. I don't necessarily think he takes it to that next level, but I think he's decent enough as it is. Keane, 96 rated. Who would have thought? 96 rated, 550,000, maxed out pace. Dribbling looks impeccable. Shooting is obviously fantastic. And a great amount of physicality. He is the Drogba of all Drogbas when it comes to a dominating striker. He was already quite a, to be fair, for only 6 foot, it's not like he's 6'3", 6'4", for a kind of a tall striker, he already was such a good card in these kind of earlier versions. This is just thrown at left field. To get to 96 is incredible. If he managed to get a finesse or something like that, it could have been game over for a lot of people. But being the triple, being realistic, he's definitely coming in as one of the more top strikers, but I don't think he'd be taking over like an R9 or an Mbappe team of the season, team of the year. He's not at that level. He's kind of just underneath. We then have the likes of Locatelli. It's quite an easy one for him. Very average, very standard. I could get him as kind of more of a usable in the CDM. Lookman, there's a nice little cam. It's coming in with the striker variation as well, which is always nice. We did get the previous version during the Team of the Year kind of campaign. Now obviously get him into the 94. A solid can work. Obviously the dribbling's 99 maxed out, which is always interesting. Whether you think the card's worth it, I think when we look at the cams that we've got, realistic, if I'm being brutal with him, I think he's nice. I don't think he's going to take over many positions. I think we've got a lot of solid cams in this game already. It's kind of the same for Lukaku. If you kind of put him a few weeks back, he potentially could have been such a solid option. 75,000 as a striker now. He's going to be nostalgic tax. It's kind of like your Che Adams. He's a nice card. He may have a bit more bully mentality in him, but realistically, he's going to be just on the bench, really. McSauce, gotta love a bit of 790,000, 96 McTominay. Absolutely killing it. And this is an outrageous card. Incisive, long ball, low driven, and intercept. He's a perfect centre mid. Great quadruple playstyle plus. He's got himself the 4-5, the stats to go with it. This is a dangerous card in the middle. Like, if I'm thinking being realistic, I've always liked kind of how he plays in game. We've just been waiting for that big bump up, and this is most definitely the time for him. I think he is most definitely a perfect option to go with. And then the keeper, Milinkovic. I mean, if you've ever played FIFA 19, I think it was, with Shapeshifters, 6'8". If you don't want De Gea, Milinkovic is your next man. 6'8" as a goalkeeper is incredible. We then have Evan coming in with a quick step with the long ball, with a power header and a slide tackle. It's been a long day already. Incredible pace, obviously. Centre-back is going to be decent. I don't know if I'd quite go into the top. I think realistically, you're looking at kind of more your usable. If I'm being real honest with him, there's a reason why they give certain players more pace than ever, and there's always a reason why there's players that are a little bit cheaper than the rest. We've got a couple of options, really, that's kind of on the cheaper side, that really are just not going to play too much. We then do get to the Orsolini with the quick step, the finesse, and the technical. Obviously coming in as a solid winger. I mean, he's going to be an easy option for just into your very usable. He may not be anything special, but if you are looking to build a Serie A team around somebody, he's a solid option that you could get around him. Pulisic, now obviously coming in as the right mid, I think this would have been a perfect card to go into that cam role, because naturally he's got the finesse, he's got the incisive, and then he's got a dead ball. If we just had that cam variation, which he did have in previous versions, or previous version in the Trailblazer, I think that was, he would have been actually a more suited card in the middle. As we go on the right, he kind of puts himself as a high average card. We've got a lot of players, especially in that 94, 93 zone now, and then so many more past that now, 96, 97. He could have been in that sort of level. I would personally go at the moment, he would be just on the cusp of very usable, but realistically, he would be dropping down as that usable in the next couple of weeks, very, very standardly. Reijnders, now this is a card, it's kind of one we've been waiting for. He was everywhere during the evolution hype. The Thunderstruck was an evolution based on every single centre mid evolution you could get. This is definitely a jump up. we could have got the quadruple. That'd have been just even better, to be honest. If we got the intercept, anticipate, something along them lines. We've already got the free passing play star pluses. With obviously the stats being very decent, you're obviously going to go for a basic or an anchor, judging from the votes. I would say you're looking more towards that. Basic, I can understand, but Anchor's just going to add that little level of kind of DM into him, which I think will work really, really well in my opinion. And I think that is going to put himself into at least a good category. He most definitely could have been better. Now, the star of the show, to be honest, I don't think he was, to be fair. I don't take too much note. Like, I mean, he could have had the most amazing season going. 24 goals, 5 assists, if Footbin's right. I mean, that's pretty fantastic in itself. But 97 rated with the quadruple, finesse, low driven, pinged, and also the lovely first touch. This is a great striker. He's going to put him up there. Whether you choose him over the likes of R9 or Mbappe or a team of the season CR7, you probably not. Name will always kind of speak volumes. Kane would be another one that you'd throw in, but you've got to give him them flowers that as a top-end striker, he puts himself in the category. We then have a few others, obviously, coming in as the centre-back. Realistically, he's got to be in the bog standard. I can't put just Che Adams in there because it looks very, very harsh. And we do have the Turan brothers as well. Both really cheap. I think they would be a great pickup just in case they don't get footies. Because, well, I assume they possibly will. But if they don't, this is a good base for most of them. It is a shame that they're giving him the tiki-taka. Like, give him a finesse. Like, he's a 94 striker. He's got that ability. I would go realistically just out of merit. I'd go with both of them into that kind of more very usable end. But if it weren't for the name, I'd possibly look him one down. I think that is nostalgic tax, if anything. Same as kind of like Reijnders. Solid left mid. You're probably going to miss out on him, really. I think you've got so many left mids. 91 isn't going to cut it. With an evolution, potentially. But again, you've got so many other 92s, 93s, 91s that you're going to put in an evolution before you put Reijnders in. I guarantee it. We then have another left mid. There's so many wingers in this. Because the Serie A obviously play in a different formation, you just see so many different positions going in. Obviously, 37, it's standard really, isn't it? Like, I mean, he's not necessarily got anything too crazy. I'm personally going to go with a miss, and the highest rated miss here, just because the rapid and technical contradict themselves, and then the trickster as well. I just think you can get way, way better. We got Che Adams again, which is going to finish off this list. Let me know down below what you're going to go with. Obviously, I will put the live in the description as well. Make sure you do subscribe, and I'll catch you all for that next one. Peace.